Hello, welcome to another video of the AutoCAD tutorial series. In this video, we'll be treating lines and circles. So there are basically two methods to draw lines. The first one is to click on the line in the home tab, home tab, and then if you look at the command line, it will tell you to specify your first point, the first point of your line. Then you click anywhere on your screen to show the first point of your line. And then look at the command line again. It is telling you to specify the next point. Then click anywhere of your choice to specify the next point, and then click again, and then to close your figure. You want to close your figure. To close your figure, the command line will tell you to close it. You can click on that, and then it will close your figure. So this is one of the simplest ways you can draw a closed figure. Another method will be when you want to draw a straight line of your choice, like a vertical and a horizontal line. You click on this auto mode F8 or click on F8, and then you'll be able to draw like this horizontal and vertical lines. Horizontal or vertical line. Specify your next point. You have a closed figure of only straight lines. But in this case, we can have a diagonal line that position. And let's say we want to draw a line at a particular distance. We want to specify the distance of our line in this case. Then we can say 10 as our distance, 8 as this other distance, we just type the number in the command line, like 10 now, enter, and then close our figure. But if you want to draw a line at a particular angle now, what will it do? What do you say is like we first have to toggle off that auto mode, that vertical line, and then we have to click our first point, put our angle and then 45 degrees, and then click enter. You see that our line can only be drawn at an angle of 45 degrees. It is restricted to an angle of 45 degrees. Then we specify our distance of our line, we enter, and then we close our figure. There's another way of drawing lines which is much faster. That way you only use the command line. You see this command line? You just have to type LI or L, click enter. Oh, this is just showing you the list command. So you have to type LIN in this case, you see. So if you click LIN and enter, you specify your first point, second point, and do it like the other method. So this method is way faster. You can just use this. Instead of going to the tab there, you can just type LINE. You look at it, you see list, line, and other line tests. You just have to type LIN and see that line is there, and then you enter to specify your first point and draw your lines. Yes, this is how we can easily draw lines. Thank you. So to draw circles, there are different methods to draw circles. So we have like 6 different methods to draw circles. The first is center and radius, center and diameter. You click 2 points, click 3 points, use 2 tangents and a radius, and then 3 tangents, like 2 different lengths. So the first one will be to draw it for the center and the radius. When you look at the command line, it is telling you to specify the center point for your circle. The center point for your circle. So to specify the center point, click anywhere on your screen, and then it will tell you to specify the radius of your circle. Now you specify the radius of the circle by typing in the radius of the circle in our command line, like 5 in this case, and then we enter. This is our circle. This is the first method. The second method is by entering the center and the diameter of your circle. You first specify the center point for your circle, that is the center, and then when you look at it, it is telling you to specify the diameter. Diameter in this case, you see the diameter. So specify diameter in this case is first time you specify a circle. So you put D for the diameter, enter, and then now you type your diameter. You first have to put D, enter, and then you type your diameter inside, like 15 as our diameter. We entered. That's a bigger circle. You see. So let's delete that, and then move to the next type of drawing circles. That is by specifying 2 points on your circle. Those 2 points will determine the diameter of the circle. It's like specify the center point, specify first end point for the circle's diameter. That is the first end point of the circle's diameter. When you click, you have to specify the second end point. That will be the length of your diameter. That will determine the length of your diameter. So you click, specify any distance. That is second point for a circle's diameter. When you click, you have your complete circle. That's another point. Delete that. Move to the next one. That is specifying 3 points on your circle. You are specifying the first point. The command line is telling you to specify the first point on your circle. You specify the first point. Specify the second point on the circle. You see, all the points will be on the circle. All the points. So you have to specify the third point, and then you finish. We delete that too. The other type will be like drawing a circle to 2 different lengths. The circle will be tangential to the two lengths. But in this case, before drawing that, you should have first drawn your 2 lengths. That is where the circle will be tangential to. So you go to your line command. That is, you draw your lines. That is the first line, and then you have the second line. These are the lines that will be tangential to our circle. Then we come and draw the circle using that method. Specify the command line is telling you to specify the point on the object. That is the point where the circle will be tangential to on the line, and the point where it will be tangential to the other line. Those are the 2 points that we have to specify. So now you have to specify the radius of the circle. We let the radius be 6. Press enter. Then you have your circle. You see that the circle is tangential to both lines. That is another method. The last method will be drawing the circle. Let the circle be tangential to 3 different lines. That will be the last method. First, we have to draw the 3 lines that we want our circle to be tangential with. That is the first line. You draw the second one, and then we draw the third one. So our circle should be tangential to these 3 lines. Then we click, specify 1 point, specify the second point, and then we specify the radius. In this case, you see we have specified only 2 points. That is, I mistakenly clicked on that other command where you draw your circle to be tangential to two lines. So in this case, we have to do this again. We have to do it again and change our circle, the type of circle that we are drawing. We are drawing it to 3 lines in this case, you see. So we have to go back and draw our lines, the 3 lines that we want our circle to be tangential to. That is the first one. We have the second one, and then we have the third one. So now you see that I clicked on that circle with 3 lines. So I will specify the first point on my first line, the second point, and then the third point. So our circle will be tangential to 3 lines. So this is what I have for you in this video. Thank you. Have a good day.